Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. 2019 is starting off with a giant cliffhanger for me personally. At the beginning of every month, it's a very Save Thor news because I depend on your contributions to my PayPal link to pay my bills, including my rent, every month. And today, I'm definitely going to need a big miracle, as last time I checked 4 hours ago, because I have to go manually to the ATM, because you cannot trust digital online shit these days. I was $330 short, with about 17 hours to go. And then, on Twitter, the EU meteorological people posted this, which has to be the most spectacular rainbow ring I've ever seen in my life. And if you do happen to go to my PayPal to donate, you'll see that it's called Rainbow Ring. Because sometime in 2012, I saw a rainbow ring around the moon. And I was like, that is one of the most gorgeous, magical things I've ever seen. And now the sun is doing it too. I've been saying the sun has leveled up and learned some new tricks. The sun is already ready. It is time for us to catch up. Every planet went retrograde last year, and the last planet that is waiting to go direct is Uranus. So, it is no surprise that civilization is still trying to go backwards, like it was in retrograde. But Uranus will go direct in 2 more days. After 4 months, Venus will finally get out of Scorpio and into the fun house of Sagittarius. But we're still, are we going to survive and thrive and things be semi-normal as we work together? Or are we going to free will choose to collectively shit the bed and make a bunch of bad choices? Because that glitch I was talking about earlier, now 3 runs later on the GFS FV3 is extra super glitchy. And so no matter what, the Pacific Northwest coast is going to get a ton of rain. But as Cranky Weather Guy has been discussing for months, and Anthony's been discussing, the jet stream is doing weird things. And this is 2 days before we have a partial solar eclipse, meaning the sunlight will be blocked out, so the atmosphere will get cooler and some normal processes will slow down. So, are we just going to have to deal with above average normal flooding in areas that are getting hit wave after wave after wave? Or are we going to bring all the bad luck home like a magnet? I say we all work together, and definitely for the weekend, may I recommend everyone chill out and put energy into something you love until Monday. And then Monday, everybody can go back to arguing about politics or being mad at whoever or holding whatever grudges they like to hold in their hands. Because the times they're either changing for the good, whereas China just landed on the dark side of the moon with China's Chang'e 4 as the first craft to land there in a long, long time. The first time in China's history. And the moon is getting very popular again. And who knows, maybe they already have giant spacecraft that they hide optically. So when our president refers to crafts as invisible, he's not joking. Also, last night I spent all night working on a badass eclipse video to begin to explain what we'll be going through in 2019, and especially this month. And edited video that I'll put at the end of this for you in a click tag thing. It's really good. And I still think for 2019, I'm the reigning champion of video makers on planet Earth. Don't be looking at clocks and shit. And this bike was cool. American Bicycle Club. Become all different types of bicycles to suit your needs. See, we can get creative and solve problems when we really want to and need to. and work together. So, I will keep you guys updated, but we definitely have anomalous heat in this winter volcano eclipse season, and we're definitely still watching the Caribbean. And then the giant coronal hole, we have a giant filament down here that popped off. And then we had solar anomalies in the camera. We always take the weird weather watch up a notch when we get those. Yeah, so we got a giant filament here that I think popped off. And then we had a sunspot and a B 2.8. What was that? Solar flare just the other day. So everything is heating up, leveling up, and either getting better or falling apart. So, hopefully, during my 6 years of Thor News, everybody's trained up well enough and done their work and is ready to do badass, amazing things as civilization finally starts to move forward again, hopefully in about a week. You know what I'm saying? Well, I will stay on top of all this for you. Let's check up one last thing. And if you do want to save my ass this month, like I said, you can do it through a contribution or donation to my PayPal link, because I've been bringing you the truth and a whole bunch of amazing science for 6 years. I put my life on the line for you every day, because I love all the families in the world. How many families do you think are in the whole world? Am I my family's keeper? Yes. Yes, you are. So am I. Together, we'll be one badass Earth team. Planet family. So yeah, here's a spot in the Caribbean as all the moisture is running up, down and through. This is the super hot spot, and I'm worried we will see possible volcano or earthquake activity here. A year ago, about this time, we got a 7.6 earthquake in the Caribbean, and in the last 35 days, we've had 5 earthquakes of 7.0 magnitude. We got a lot of systems converging together, and you got a lot of moisture pouring out of here. It's definitely a good time to be working together. And remember, even though everybody's talking about politics today, I don't know why, your government is shut down. So why would you waste time talking about a government who's shut down because they can't figure out how much money they want to borrow from the taxpayers and nations and corporations of the world? You know, you'll live if you take the whole weekend off to just think about good shit, because we will envision this future together. We need good, new, fresh ideas. All right. So, that sundog has me feeling the love and feeling the hope. That is a good sign. Like I said, we got 3 more days, because Scorpio, Venus went into Scorpio and then went retrograde through Scorpio, and then it's direct again. So Venus has been in Scorpio for 4 months, and it's been this very big buildup where, yes, I understand, men haven't been perfect over the last 2,000 years, and that hopefully all of us men that haven't committed all those sins won't have to pay for the sins of all the men throughout history anymore, and we can get some balance between the males and the females so we can start to accomplish things together. You know what I'm saying? I got hope in the rainbow ring. It's like the rainbow bridge to Asgard and Valhalla. Or the Bible says the rainbow is proof of the covenant between God and man and woman. All right. God bless everyone. Stay cool. And I will be talking at you guys all day, probably to the next 17 hours. If you can be my miracle, that would be wonderful. And I thank you guys for all your love, all your support, all your contributions, all your donations, as I try to do as good a job as possible as your Planetary Defense Commander, Star-Lord New Thor 7, the T. And I definitely have room for improvement, and we all do. So let's get to work together, my party people. Asteroid Fight Club forever.